Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might.
How's it going, guys? Today I'll be reviewing my favorite loadout that I've been using since the Go Fast update, which is the Vigilance Wing, mainly due to the fact that it's the fastest time to kill with the 0.8 seconds, but the optimal time to kill is 0.8 seconds with 2 bursts. However, majority of the time you get into engagements is going to be 3 bursts, which is still going to be a good pulse rifle to use in most engagements. I'm also going to be using the Scholastic variable for the fact that it has high caliber, and then a torch to increase my range, and also I'm using a Masterwork, which increases the range, which also increases the aim assist for more range and more stickiness at longer distances. And also a sniper, mainly due to the fact that I want to be covering all engagements with this. Is going to be the furthest distance at all times. This is going to be melee range to short range, and this is going to be mainly used for medium to medium long range. So I'm covering every specific distance with this loadout. I'm also going to be running Dawnblade with the Attunement of Sky because I want to be using the Scholastic variable for my floating kills, and I'm also going to be using the Ophidian aspect with reduced recoil for energy weapons, so I can continue to get more accuracy while in air.
The zones are yours if you fight for them, Guardian.
This map is a decent map, however, it's mainly a running game just because we want to keep B and A and C. Those have the best spawns, and we have the inside, which is going to be the best overall.
Enemy claimed Zone B. Zone C captured. You have zone advantage.
We got one. I'm a little weak for the second guy. Peek around the corner with the rift. Could have done better with that shot, but didn't want to get the flinch.
Together as one.
There's the crispy snipe. Let me go pick up that Orby bat so I can get super as fast as possible. And this Dawnblade isn't the greatest for this inside map.
Zone A lost. All down. Your moments of clarity are weapons.
I'll allow you to get power, farmer.
You captured Zone A. You have zone advantage.
See who's coming around the middle.
Your advantage grows.
Yeah, the Swift Strike's also very nice to do when you have trying to use the Attunement of Sky tree, because the accuracy is so much crispier. Like there's one guy that already left. Didn't enjoy flying against power very often. Not a bad hang spot either. No, I want that kill. See if my team will actually allow me to get power eventually. Because at this point I think we're bullying the other team.
Your dominating the field. Don't let up.
Yeah, with this SMG, it's good for short to medium range due to the fact that high caliber it's flinching everybody, and also up close where people try to rush you, you can take off their entire shield very quickly and go for a melee. Most of the time you're gonna outlive the opponent because they're not using SMG, they're trying to rush you with either a pulse or auto rifle.
With 10 warlocks like you, I could turn ideas into weapons.
And surprisingly, with the reduced energy weapon recoil, this is very stable. The reason I like the sniper more than most is due to the fact of quick draw. When you aim down, when you pull out your scope, it's really quick and snappy. And then the feeding gases make the pull out of it much quicker. And I did handling masterwork, which also helps the pull out of the weapon. So I want everything to be pulled out fairly quickly for every engagement I get into. And that was a whiff on my part. I thought I can reach him. Nah, I'm not gonna stay there.
Keep it up. Go, make them cry.
My teammates are being bullies and not allowing me to get any kills either, because I want to get something, at least.
You captured Zone B.
We're gonna
That's
come
a
out.
power play. You took them, now hold them. Together as one. I love it. I've seen enough. I'm calling
Thank
this
you
one.
to whoever saved me due to the fact that I was missing every shot. His strafe aim was impeccable.
Sound tactics bring victory.
It's a nice undefeated at the end of the game. The thing that I also didn't incorporate was what I'm running as armor. So basically I'm trying to run a little bit of mobility for the strafe, but I don't really strafe that often due to the fact that I'm using Vigilance Wing for medium engagements, and also I'm using the crouch shot once I'm in closer range for my SMG, and I'm using 5 resilience and 9 recovery because I want to be able to pop in and out of engagements and recover more health than what they can, so that way when I go back into engagements I can have a leg up above them. Also for my mods that I'm using are more armor, the reduced recoil for energy weapons due to the fact that the scholastic variable has decent stability. Also I'm using the kinetic reloader because the Vigil Swing has decent reload speed, so the more reload speed I can get, the faster I can come in and out of cover and engage other opponents. And lastly, I'm using more recovery. So if you want to, you can also do higher mobilities for faster sprint speed and also jump speed, so that way when you're in the air, you can be in the air longer and faster, which then can help with the scholastic variable for in-air fights, because most of the time most people don't look above them when they're going through a door, so that's where you can use the Attunement of the Sky Tree to your advantage. But most of the time I'm either running at them with the scholastic variable or I'm challenging from medium distance. And if they want to challenge me into close quarter engagement, I'll be hovering over the sky, so that the mobility I don't really use, but I've seen players do them, which is fairly annoying once you're going against on the other end, but it can be highly effective.
Clash.
This is a good map for Vigilant Swing, and also Scholastic Variable for inside the caves or inside of the shrine area.
That's all I ask.
This has a lot of medium engagements, which this is a medium engagement gun for the Vigilant Swing. For instance, that engagement, he was already jumping up and he couldn't aim up in the middle of his jump, which benefited me. Yeah, I can't do much about that engagement. He had first shot off on me.
Don't spend all that ammo in one place.
Try to get the quickscope missed and used the cover for my advantage just to get up close.
What can stop you if you fight together?
He had low health, so it doesn't matter if I go for the head or not, because
Keep it that
this is
way.
able to take out a majority of the enemy's health with the 158. So I also like to use the rip to peek around corners once I'm weak to see if they're pushing me or if they're going to stay in the same spot aiming. Take this so they can't pull it.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you do with that.
He made a mistake trying to push me and not use a gun. So when you see someone on the radar, it's best to not charge at them, even if you're any time with the shoulder charge, which you can do a 2 melee. It's still not going to benefit you in most engagements, just for the fact you have to close the gap.
You're dominating the field. Don't let up.
Risk Runner is an okay SMG as well. Only benefit it has that I think is if you get hit with any shock or any arc damage, you can just spray and play and never give up. You also want to use your Dawnblade while you're in the middle of movement, such as a jump, because you can still move forward with the movement you have. And then from the movement you have, you can close the gaps much faster. However, you have to do it before you jump through out of the cover. So that way your covers, when you finish the animation, you're already able to be outside the cover and into engagements.
enough. I'm calling this one.
Yeah, because with that engagement, what I had, if you continued to stay behind his cover, I would have won that engagement due to the fact that
Victory is all I
he thought
ask.
most Titans, when they get behind the cover, they don't expect someone to jump above them with any engagement, and so I'd always have first shot off automatically. So with this loadout, it covers the majority of the ranges. You can replace the sniper with a fusion if you have a main ingredient that works as well. If you can use my favorite to replace this is a Telesto. It's more of a medium range gun, but you can use it to lace the floors. So if you know someone's coming, you mark the floor in front of you to have any incoming individual come through that already weak, and then you can use whatever gun you have to just shoot them once in the body and they're eliminated, or they can come through all the bolts and they instantly die from the bolts. Also, you can replace the Scholastic variable with two other SMGs, such as the Mida Mini, mainly due to the fact that they both have lightweight attached to it, so you can get increased movement speed, and also the Mida Mini has the intrinsic perk to be even faster. Or you can use the Foggy Notion, which is also the same archetype of the 900 RPM, but it has a little bit better stability and handling. However, the middle perks aren't too great. The Grave Robber I don't necessarily use, and also Flared Magwell and Ricochet rounds aren't that great. They can be useful, but I feel like the high caliber rounds can win you more engagements than the Foggy Notion can. And I hope you enjoyed the video.